I have got an iPhone 6s Plus. That's for the data recovery. The phone is dead due to water damage. I have tested the phone from the top and it's showing it has a short. How do we test it? We just need to connect the DC power supply onto it, positive to the positive and negative to the negative. And how do we know from the battery connector what's positive and what's negative? So you take the multimeter, you can put it on diode mode. You put anything onto the ground and you touch it. So one which is not beeping, that's positive. Another side is gonna beep, that's negative. That's on the battery connector. So we're gonna connect negative to the negative, that's from the DC power supply, and positive positive, and see if it's taking any app without pressing the power button. Let me show you my power supply. Okay, I think you can see just over here. So I'm going to connect negative to the negative and positive to the positive, and look, it's taking 5 amp without pressing the power button, which is wrong. It shouldn't get anything without pressing the power button. So that's how we test the short if motherboard has a short on the main power supply. Okay, so need to open it up and check where the short is. There are a couple of different ways to test the short. Like you can feel the heat, which area is heating. It could be the IC or could be the capacitor or could be anything. You can do it with the freeze spray. You can do it with the thermal imager. Okay, let's see it under the microscope. This area is completely damaged. This area is damaged. This area is damaged. Over here there's a water. Here is the water. Over here, over here, over here. So it is destroyed. I need to take off this shield as well to look at the damage over here. I want to feel the heat first, like where the phone is getting hot. And because this is the data recovery job, I don't need to focus on the audio section or the charging section. Like this is the main audio section. I just need to take off the short off from the main supply and see if the phone got any power or it got any other issue. To do that, we have to give power to the phone and feel the area where it's getting more hot. And for that one, we just need to hook it to the power supply. I just got this tool, so we're going to connect this one to the power supply and another side to the phone charging connector and the battery. So this will give you some indication of the ampere and the area which is getting hot. So this one is connected to my DC power supply, positive and negative. DC power supply is on 4.2. And we need to connect this one is connected over here. So if you look at this tool here, so this one has a on off button and the power button. On off button is to, when I press this one, it will pass the supply from the main power supply to the phone, and this is for the power. So when we press this button, it's gonna make the phone turn on. But we don't need to press the power button because the phone is shorted already. When we press the on off button, you're gonna start getting the amp. So look, I'm gonna press this, start getting the amp. So now I need to focus over here and see which area is getting hot. I just need to feel it. Alright, I can feel it is mainly the bottom area over here. This area is getting more hotter. The reason why I'm not cleaning with the alcohol at the moment, because I don't want to touch any other part. If I need to make the phone on, like to make it work good and everything, I need to clean the whole board and everything, but I don't need to focus on that. Because sometime what happen is you clean the whole board, sometime that area, for example, if the problem is over here in this section, it's still working, but when you clean it, it doesn't work. So better to leave it like this. So we need to focus on the job which we need to do. Okay, even from here, because it's got so many component damage from here, I just need to focus on the main power supply component. How do we do that? We just gonna open the ZXW tool. Let me show you. Okay, so we need to open the iPhone 6s Plus, not the AB. We just need to open this one, version 3.2. AB means it's gonna show you both side of the board at the same time. Okay, anyway, so the problem we're getting over here at the moment, and here we need to see which one is VCC main. If you look at over here, if you can see my cursor, it shows you what line is that one. This is PP speaker V boost. We don't need to focus on that. Not on this. Not on this. On this one, yes. See, this one is PP VCC main. That's the main power supply. So over here we got these two big caps. Over here, let me show you under the microscope. Okay, these two caps are the VCC cap. All I need to do is remove these ones, and remember, because this is the data recovery job, I'm just taking them off like this. If it's not a data recovery job, if we need to fix the phone, we need to take them off carefully and we need to put them back as well. This resistant is all burned. I just want to check what is that one for. This one here. Okay, this is the SD RAM going to PP1V8. This resistance is important. I don't think so it will work without that. But let's check if the short is gone or not. Okay, to test the short again, I'm just gonna turn off this one from here, then connect it to the main board. Need to press the button, power button, and see what's getting hot. Okay, still getting hot around here. Let me show you. Still getting hot around here. So caps are not shorted. If caps has no problem, though the problem should be in one of these IC. Which one? This is the main MOSFET IC. And then from here. Okay, let's take this off. So we're talking about this IC. What this IC does is it's getting the power from the battery, VCC main. Like this supply is coming from the battery. When we connect the battery on the board, which is okay, we connect the battery over here on this one. The battery power goes to this IC over here, and then this IC converts that power to VCC main. So VCC bat is a battery power, VCC main is which supplies to the whole board. So I'm thinking the problem should be over here, so we're just gonna take that IC off. There are so many other ways of doing it. Like people do it, they clean the whole board and then they try to see which line is short, they fix that short. But what I prefer to do is just concentrate on the job which we need to do. So we need to get the data out and that's it. So we need to focus on the data only. I don't need to work on the audio section, or maybe this is short. Okay, we just need to make the phone turn on get the data out, and that's it. And that's for my experience. Like, you might thinking, oh, you should make the phone turn on permanently as well so customer can use it, but it's not a good way, because if they lose the data while we fixing the phone for good and it can get damaged for good, it's not gonna be helpful. Okay, this IC is off. So now if you try to connect the DC power supply and see the short, it will not show you anything. It's not gonna heat up or do anything at the moment. Reason why? Because the battery power is coming from here and it's not going to the main motherboard yet. So we need to connect these 2 points, like these 3 points, to one of these line to pass the supply and see if the VCC short is there or not. Or you can check this line over here with the multimeter if it's shorted or it's not. So my multimeter is on diode mode. Positive to the ground and negative over here. And it is not shorted. Can you see the value on the meter is 295, which is almost close to the good value. So now we need to give power to the motherboard. So we can join these 2 pins, one here, and then we see. We need a bit of paste. Okay, that's enough. I'm just checking on the main LCD connection if the water is there or not. Nothing. So I don't need to connect the speaker cable. As I mentioned before, I just need to focus on one thing. I don't want to create any short circuit due to the cable, just in case. So we connected the screen. We connecting this power supply. Trying to turn this on. Okay, it's still VCC is getting shorted. So maybe the short is from the VBAT size. How do we check it? We should have checked it before. So we take this thing off. So with the multimeter, that's on diode mode, positive to the ground. Okay. This one is VCC main, which is not short. This is the VBAT. Okay, so what's this cap over here? So the VBAT is not short, VCC is not short. VCC is getting hot when we do connect this one. So one of the line which is indirectly connected to the VCC, that is creating a short circuit. So I just need to disconnect the shorted line. Okay, so my multimeter is on diode mode, positive to the ground and negative we're connecting here. This is shorted. So because it's getting hot from here, because sometimes what happen is VCC is giving power to another lines, and if another line is shorted, that short comes to the VCC as well. So we take this off. This is my mistake. Okay, this is off. So let's see again. Okay, now this is fine. I just took off this part over here. I just need to see what is that one for. That is a filter, codec to the headphone and hands-free, I think, something. Codec is like audio IC, so we can jumper that, or we don't need it at the moment. I'll just put it on the side, and if I need it I'll put it back. And I will connect these two supply again, VBAT and the VCC together. Oh, you guys didn't see. So what I have did is I jumper this one together again, VBAT and VCC, and I'm gonna check with multimeter if the okay, this is not shorted. I'm gonna try without the screen, so I'm gonna connect the main supply over here and press the power. Looks alright, it's not getting any amp, so let's try with the screen. Connecting touch and LCD. Okay, so I'm turning the eye power on, and I'm pressing the power button. So when I press the power button from here, it's getting 1 amp, 2 amp and staying over there. And now I need to see if got any backlight or not. Okay, I just need to turn that off. The main shot, which is the VCC, that has been clear, and now we need to focus on the backlight. So I'm trying to see if any Apple logo comes over there or not. And it's not. Phone is not getting hot anywhere else. Stuck on the 2 amp. I want to connect that filter which I took off before. These caps I'm not worried about. Okay, that is connected. So now if the main power line is not short and it's not getting powered on, I need to check that 1.V8 RAM supply which we talked about before with this resistant, which is alright. So we're gonna randomly check for the short on any line. So multimeter is on diode mode. Positive to the ground, and the best method to test it with the caps. So what I'm testing on the cap is one side is grounded, like it should give me a beep on one side but not on both sides. Alright, so from here I couldn't see any short where the water was. Let's check over here. This giving me beef from the both side but from the GPU. Okay, I didn't check this part. Okay, these both lines 149 is fine. Okay, I need to check this cap, which is next to the display IC. Display IC, this one over here, PP5V7 LCM. Okay, this is definitely short, and this is very important to make the phone on. Okay, this one here. So let's test this one. This is definitely ground. I just need to take this off. I don't need to clean it at the moment. I just need to test it. वो सेम ही कालू के हैं बच्चे. Okay, now it's not shorted. Now we need to test the phone again. हम देखता हूँ. Okay, still stuck on 1 amp and the phone is on. You can still see the water on the screen. I'm not sure my voice on the microphone is gonna be loud enough so you can understand what I was saying, but at least you can watch what I did. Okay, I just need to make sure the touch is working. Yes, it is working. So all I need to do is plug into the computer and get the data out. So let's have a recap what we did so far. Give me another mouse. So we got the phone. It was water damage. Yeah. So what we did, we tested. We always start from the battery. Like we're gonna give power to the phone from here. So we're gonna give power over here and goes from here. Actually, get rid of this one. You open the phone board. You can easily understand from there. 6S plus. So phone is getting power from the battery, which is called PP bat VCC. See at the bottom. That supply goes to here, this IC, which converts that VBAT VCC to VCC main. So when we tested, it was shorted, this line. But this line was shorted not because there was an issue on the VCC main line. The issue was over here, this capacitor, which is speaker amp filter. So when the VCC is short, it doesn't mean that you're gonna check all the cap which comes from the VCC. So what I did was took this thing off. Can we zoom from here? So I took this IC off. Then I tested if still the VCC has a short circuit or not. The VCC itself wasn't shorted. It was a secondary line which was connected to the VCC was shorted, which is due to these cap. You can easily check with the physical water over there, and it was rusted. So, so when we cleared the short from here, the phone was not getting hot, but it wasn't turning on. So testing randomly where the water was. We don't need to test the whole board like do this. So just check where the water. So the water was over here, and from here we tested this line was shorted. The PP 5 volt 5.7 volt LCM, which is main line, we need this one to make the phone turn on. So when we remove the short from this line, just by removing this cap, the phone was on. So it's pretty simple if you follow the line from where to start and how to do it and everything. So you don't need to clean the board, do it ultrasonic, do this, do that. It's gonna be waste of time, and you actually making it more harder for yourself to get the data out of the phone. When you want to fix the phone, that's a different issue. You don't need to worry about all these things, and then you need to do your diagnostic on a proper way. And pretty much it. Thank you so much.